Claire is here from the Templeton Arts and Crafts Festival. Darlene, how long has the event been going on for?
This is the 42nd year. The story that I've been told is Gladys Salem wanted to have the kids in town volunteer, do community service. So she started having like a little barbecue that they helped with, and she would give them money for scholarships for volunteering. And apparently it caught on and got bigger and bigger and bigger. I never met her. And there are people who have told me that they've been here since the first one.
And how many vendors do you have this year?
This year we have just about 100.
That's great. And this is a juried show? How does that work?
It's a juried show. So if you've not been in the fair before, they send me an application with pictures of their products. And then I have a committee that helps, and we decide whether or not they're a good fit. Like, we don't want commercial, we don't want anything that's not handmade, you know, that hometown crafter feel to it. So we've had to deny some, not many. Not many. And this year, actually, we have 16 new vendors this year. Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you very much. And thank you for putting on the show. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
So, Robin of Tropical Sensations, how do you get all these great sounds?
Well, it's actually like a metal chorus. We have altos, sopranos, basses, tenors, baritones, and it's the melding of them that really produces the sound that you hear. Individual drums by themselves are not all that interesting, but the combination really produces something that many people have never heard before.
So it's your exact combination and the way you play that creates the magic.
That's it. That and our wonderful director.
All right. Want to give us a demonstration?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and.
Do the different drums play different notes?
They all have the same notes in the sense that they have C's, D's, F's, and things like that, but the different sounds are produced by the depth of what's called the skirt, so that these are called lead pans, and they're like sopranos. We have 32 notes on one drum. These drums in the front here are called seconds, and they're like altos. They have 17 notes on each of two drums. These are baritones. I never remember how many notes you have. 11 on each drum? Okay. And then in the back we have Kate, she's playing the tenor bass. She has 4 drums with 5 notes on each. And Jeremy has the full set of 55-gallon drums. He has 6 drums with 3 notes on each. So we go from 34 to 32 to 22 to 20 to 18 in terms of number of notes. And so the sounds, we could all play a C, but it would sound different because of the different octaves that are being played.
How long does it take to learn to play these?
10 minutes. No, seriously,
Do
I
you
mean,
have to be drummers? Or?
no. Many of us can't even read music, and many of us have never had any musical experience in terms of playing an instrument. But what happens is our music director we have regular musical scores, and she's written the letters of each note under the notes themselves, and then many people have the notes written inside their drums. So if you see a D and you know the D is right here, now you play enough, you don't need to look at the drum. I still need to look at the music, but I don't need to look at the drum. But she has, what, 6 groups now?
Just 4.
4? Okay, but she has retirees, she has a community group, she has us, Tropical Sensations, beginners group, and she says that after the first lesson, you'll be able to play at least 2 songs.
Wow.
Yeah. So it really is, I mean, it's not easy, but it's easy to get started.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's almost like play by number.
Yeah, sort of like, what was the name? Don Nagy, the paint by number? Yeah.
Do y'all go by, you go by steel barrels or something in your life and give a quick...
We did a gig once, a place up in New Hampshire, and out back there were a couple old drums, and I grabbed some sticks and was beating on them, but it's not the same thing.
Thank you. Y'all sound fantastic. And thank you.
so this is Holly Alt at the First Church with the quilt show, right? How long has the quilt show been going on, Holly?
This is our 12th year having the quilt show here in the First Church at Templeton, and we've been doing it ever since my husband Bill was called as pastor here 12 years ago in conjunction with the Arts and Crafts Festival.
They're beautiful quilts. They're like works of art.
They are gorgeous. We have a different selection of quilts every year.
Now, are these all from members of your congregation?
No, they're not. They're from people around the community, from as far away as Palmer, and Gardner, Winchendon, Hubbardston. So we basically have word of mouth. Whoever wants to show one of their quilts here is welcome to do so. And that's how we collect them every year. It's just kind of a neighborhood thing that we do.
It's like quilt heaven in here. How many do you have? Do you know?
There's about 40 quilts.
Wow. And how does it work now? People will judge them?
We actually don't have any formal judging as you would have in a regular quilt show, but we do take votes for what we call the viewer's choice. So everyone who visits the quilt show is given a little ballot slip, and they can vote for their favorite quilt. The winner gets a free dinner.
Joyce Machete, and I'm the past president of the Templeton Blues Club. This is my first year that I haven't been president. We raise money for scholarships and different organizations. We're non-profit. Anything we do is for the town. We do trees. We've planted trees in the common. We've given to, what are some of the other things that we... Veterans. Oh, we give to the veterans. We give to the school. Animals, the animal shelter. Just about anything that...
That's wonderful.
Volunteers. Everybody volunteers here. We have one of our older members too, along with me. We're ancient. This is Shirley Peabody. And then I have Doris Geister over here. And our Vice President, Betty Bartel. And our member, Tina Waskewicz. Everybody loves us because, everything here is donated by the members. There is no getting money back from the club or nothing. We all donate to the club. It's all non-profit. Also, along with this donating and the whole thing for the scholarship, we give. Each year we give 4 $500 awards, scholarships to the Narragansett, and we also give four awards of $50 each to all of the students too. So we try to do our job as far as helping the kids.
That's fantastic. You do great work.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I've just seen the face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. La 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 la. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. La 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 la. You can sing if you know the words. We're falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Well, I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. But other girls were never quite like this. La 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 la. Hey, we're falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. We're falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. La 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 la. Woo, all Beatles for you.
Okay, Carla, tell us what you're doing.
I'm writing a book on abolition in the Greater Gardner area. It should be out by December. I found all kinds of fascinating information. Frederick Douglass was in the area.
Really?
William Lloyd Garrison was in the area. Hubbardston was the first town in the state to send an anti-slavery legislator to the State House. Shadrach Minkins, who was the first fugitive that was taken under the Fugitive Slave Law. He was basically taken in Boston. He was supposed to go to trial in Boston. when he went to trial, the Vigilance Committee, which was the ardent abolitionists who were involved with the Underground Railroad, they broke into the courthouse and wrestled him away from the U.S. Marshals, put him on the Underground Railroad in Beacon Hill. From there he went to Concord, from there he went to Leominster, from there he went to Fitchburg. Crocker's men brought him from Fitchburg, where he spent a couple days in North Ashby before he went on to Canada. There's Worcester County North Anti-Slavery Society, started in Gardner. All kinds of fascinating information.
So did the Underground Railroad go through this area?
Yes, it did. I have one documented story, at least in Westminster. We have a number of towns that have houses that were either documented or are believed to be Underground Railroad stops. In Templeton, I've been told, there's no documented proof yet, but I've been told that Samuel Upham's Tavern, which is in East Templeton, I believe it's now a house, may have been an Underground Railroad stop. Don't have any documented proof, but I do have documented proof that Samuel Upham was an abolitionist. The state several years ago for Black History Month downloaded all their abolition petitions from every city and town in the Commonwealth. And you can go, it's Harvard Dataverse, you can go to that website, and if you type in a certain town, it will come up with petitions from that town. I have all of Templeton's petitions. And what I did was went through the petitions, name by name, they each got their own section, and I now know who signed what petition. And so I know who the abolitionists were. And one of the reasons I did that was when the Fugitive Slave Law came into being, a lot of the Underground Railroad records were destroyed because somebody knew that if their name was even associated with hiding fugitives, they could go to jail. So a lot of the records were destroyed.
Now, how did it work? Did they hide fugitive slaves in their basements and so forth?
Basements, attics. Shadrach Minkins spent several days in Alvin Ward's attic. Basically, they hid them in spare rooms wherever they could to move them along. One of my more fascinating bits of information is Gardner had a legend that one of their houses was an Underground Railroad site. The person who was living there was involved in the Worcester County North Anti-Slavery Society. He was a minister, so there was a good chance it was, but there was no documented proof that Gardner ever had a stop. I was in Westminster doing research and discovered an old anniversary book from one of the churches from the 1890s that had a section on abolition. And one of the ministers documented in there having a Quaker stop with a fugitive at his house. He fed them, gave them a little bit of money, and sent them on and told them which house to stop at in Gardner. We still don't have a name. We still don't know what house it was. But it's our first documented proof that Gardner did indeed have an Underground Railroad stop.
Now, where did they have to go? Did they have to go all the way to Canada?
They eventually went to Canada. That was the safest place. That's where Shadrach
If they got caught here, what would happen?
If they got caught, I don't have any documented proof of anyone getting caught, but if they were caught, they were allowed, because of the Fugitive Slave Law, they were allowed to, if they were caught, bring them back down south. And the person who was hiding them would be prosecuted. So anybody who stood up and was hiding fugitives was basically putting their life at risk, putting their career, everything at risk. And a lot of these people were businessmen, well-to-do businessmen. Alvin was one of them.
And what years were this?
I'm going probably from the 1830s up to the 1860s. This one started actually Congregational in church. One of the reasons it split in Gardner for a while was due to abolition. There was became the Congregational Evangelical Congregation. The Evangelical Congregational was also into temperance. They went to anti-slavery. A lot of the anti-slavery, the temperance and the anti-slavery seem to go hand in hand. I don't know how much I'm going to mention him in this book, but there was a man named Abner Nealand who came from Gardner. He was into abolition. He was the last man in the country jailed for blasphemy, and he came from Gardner. He was into women's rights. He was into abolition. He was jailed in Boston. He was basically jailed he had a newspaper there, and he had written in the newspaper, the Universalist editor, we believe in a God, different God than I believe in. The God you believe in is a figment of imagination. He got in trouble with basically the Brahmin in Boston. spent 58 days in a Charlestown jail. Saw the dedication of Bunker Hill Monument from the jail cell. There was a petition to get him out, signed by Bronson Alcott, Emerson, Thoreau. Bigger petition to keep him in. He spent his 68 days or whatever it was in. Eventually went out west and started his own utopian community. And he died out there, and the community died out shortly afterwards.
I bet you have a lot of great stories
I do.
about this.
And he was doing blasphemous things. That's what he was jailed for, was basically blasphemy. But
Now, what's the book called again?
the book I'm working on now, it's going to be Abolition in the Greater Garden area.
And when's it going to be out?
In December.
In December.
In
By
December.
Carla Charter,
By
right?
Carla Charter, it'll be available on Amazon.
Super. Thank you so much.
All right, there we go.